Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, Simon here. Just before we get into the reaction, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. If you didn't see my video a few days ago regarding the 24-hour charity live stream that myself and some friends are doing, please go check it out. Every year we raise money for children's hospital charities. For Extra Life, with the last 2 years, we have raised over $3,000 each year. We've had a lot of fun. This year is going to be no different. On the 21st November, we're going to be doing our 24-hour live stream. It's going to be over on the Fandom Reactions channel. We're hoping to raise over $5,000 this year. So if you can, please go and support us. I'll put a link to the donation page in the comments and the description. If you can't financially support us, just show up on the day. Just, say hello, come and watch the stream for a little bit. We'd really appreciate it. But like I say, we have stretch goals, we have, forfeits. The next forfeit is me eating a spoonful of wasabi, which is going to be horrendous. But yes, if you can support us in any way, whether it's, through a donation or just through showing up and, saying hello on the day, please do. Again, the link will be in the comments and the description. So, moving on to this episode of Naruto. Last time, it was an exciting episode. A lot happened. We were introduced to Orochimaru, which I know in the episode I got confused because I called him Maru, which is really just a prefix for male. So again, I appreciate you correcting me on that because it's stuff I don't really know, and it's really hard to pick up during the episode. So I hear names, and if I think they are a little bit too long to memorize, or if it's easier for me to shorten them, I'll try and do it, because typically that's what happens in a lot of these shows is if they do have, a long name, sometimes they will shorten them down to, an easier way of saying it. But yes, Orochimaru is our snake villain, and one who is immediately to me seems like a cult leader. It looks like he is on the prowl for followers. He's on the prowl for an heir, obviously. And he's got his eyes on Sasuke, which is very interesting. He obviously knows of Sasuke's family and his clan. He mentioned his brother, in fact. Last episode we really learned that, Sasuke's entire purpose for doing all this is to defeat his brother. So there's obviously some very tense history there between, Itachi, who is his brother, and Sasuke. So I'm very much looking forward to exploring that, finding out why there is such a rivalry there. And probably, I am definitely sensing hatred, at the end of the day, Sasuke said he wants to kill this one person who he's got his focus on. And, I think that is Itachi. There was some interesting kind of jutsus on display, and even the one that I thought was a blood jutsu that, was forbidden because of it being a blood jutsu. Actually, it's forbidden because it was a self-harm jutsu, which makes sense. You don't really want people delving into, abilities that, can cause bodily harm. It's strange that, there are things that are forbidden within, the world of ninja, because, it doesn't seem to be a thoroughly regulated, sort of world. It definitely seems like there is a lot of rogues, and a lot of people who bend the rules, but, I can understand there being some restrictions. I also want to talk about Sakura. I know that I said in the last episode that she hadn't really done much and she wasn't very good in the field. I still stand by that. I still think that, compared to Naruto and Sasuke, that she isn't very skilled, but she's smart, and I don't want people to mistake that for me hating her. I don't hate her. I really don't. I think she's got an important place in the group. She provides the calm, sensible voice that, allows us to discern what's going on between Naruto and Sasuke, in the moments that they can't, sort of explain things because they're either too emotional or they're in the middle of a fight or something's going on. She's there as the sounding board. She's there as the cooler head, you know. So I don't want people to take that as me not liking her, because I do like her. But I do think that, you know, so far she's kind of been given the short end of the stick when it comes to having focus on her and being given, you know, a sort of a spotlight to shine. You know, all she's really done is kind of, you know, I mean, she's done well at exams. She has, you know, encouraged both Naruto and Sasuke, provided a little bit of wisdom, but, you know, in terms of combat, she hasn't really done too much. And I think that's where I was coming from. I would like to see her explore the combat side of her abilities a bit more, to really learn and grow and at least try and keep up in some way with the other two, even though obviously they are way ahead of her when it comes to you know, that kind of stuff. So don't take it as me not liking her. I do. It's just I think she deserves a bit more of the spotlight in order for us to fully understand, you know, what her capabilities are. Apologies about that. That was my mum ringing at the most opportune time. But we are going to jump into the episode. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The Seven Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Michael Y, Clara Gros-Louis, Mr. Greg 89, and Patrick Sullivan. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's watch another episode of Naruto.
That's enough resting up, I think.
Oh.
The other teams will be calling it a day soon.
Oh, you've got no idea what the other teams have been through.
It's time to strike. You know the plan.
Yeah, these were going to go out at night, weren't they?
Whatever happens, whether...
Oh, he's still battling through this curse mark. I'm assuming it's something that, you know, it's like he said, 1 in 10 against him. He has to fight through the pain to survive. Uh-oh. I'm impressed that she's asleep sat up. That's an achievement.
Oh wow, I slept really great.
Oh, God, no. Why can't I hear them talking? Oh, no. Is it a nightmare? It's got to be a nightmare. Surely. Yeah, thought so. Oh, look at the little squirrel. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. Ooh, what?
Do you think she saw the paper bomb we put on the squirrel?
What?
That wasn't.
That was a suicide squirrel?
Then what was it?
So I wonder if all of Orochimaru's followers went through this same curse mark, or if this is like a special thing for special people. Okay. Ow! Didn't expect this in the middle of everything that's going on.
What is that?
Oh no! A poor squirrel.
That was close.
Aww.
Bomb explodes after a certain amount of time.
Trust me, this plan can't fail.
Well, what do we got?
This kid on the right looks like the teacher's pet from Recess.
Last year's #1 rookie Neji Hyuga out here.
Someone like him wouldn't take a scroll from people like us unless we turned on him and attacked.
It's not honourable.
Let's see if we can find some weaklings.
Oh, they don't know.
Strange bruise on the back of Sasuke's
Do they know he's even here?
this too, aren't you? And now you want to fight him when he can't defend himself?
Oh, second trap. Very clever. Uh-oh. Rock Lee shows up to save the day. Maybe now she'll fall in love with him.
What's he doing?
And he's got the squirrel.
Looks like you also need to make more of an effort. Who are you? I am the handsome devil of the Leaf Village.
The handsome devil of the Leaf Village. Oh no. Oh my god, that's so adorable.
You, little one. But now it is time for you to run along.
Why is there a squirrel in the Forest of Death? It's not a place for squirrels.
But right
already told you. I will protect you until I die.
Yeah. He cares more about his feelings for Sakura than he does about the exam.
Please be my girlfriend.
Oh. Oh, what? Did he just...
Positive that there is some kind of trick to your attack. Therefore, I will not waste my time trying to dodge it. After all,
What, did he just pull the ground up? Like a root from the tree?
one at a time. I will attack with all my might.
I still find it funny how he speaks so, you know, like a bad 60s dub.
Maybe your precious Sasuke is better in theory than in practice.
These obviously don't know what they've done.
I apologize if I upset you. I did it! I finally mastered the jutsu!
Enough rest. You're wasting your precious gift of youth.
Oh no.
I did it! I actually did it! After all that practice, I pulled it off!
Wow. He's... Oh man. Wow. What abuse. What?
What do you mean?
How can you ban it after he just learnt it?
This jutsu, it puts a huge strain on your body's muscles. It's a self-sacrificing technique.
Ah.
Humans only use at most 20% of their muscle strength. Do you understand?
Why would he teach him it then if it was forbidden?
If all of the power were...
I must
What is the condition?
jutsu.
Is it a life or death situation?
to protect the life of someone precious.
Ah, very nice.
Not yet!
Oh, he's wrapping him up. Pile driver.
Oh no, Dosu. There's no way he can break his fall.
Take this!
Oh, did he make it in time? Did he cushion it? Oh, he created a little cushion. Uh-oh.
Now it's my turn.
Is that hand bigger than the other one?
Has not recovered from that jutsu.
Come on, when's Sasuke gonna wake up? Uh-oh.
I'm going to show you something called the wall.
The wall? What's going on? Okay, so a far calmer episode, relatively speaking, to the last one. But obviously still with a lot of action in there. To be honest, having given a few episodes between meeting Rock Lee for the first time and seeing him in this episode, I can see why people like him. Because, you know, originally when he gets introduced, you look at him and you think, he's a little bit stiff. He's a little bit monotone. He's a little bit too, you know, direct. But I can see now how they're going to use that to play up some of the really positive sides of him. You know, his obsession with Sakura is something I think that's going to be a continuous thing over these next however many episodes. You know, and the fact that he's shown up and he's disregarding the objective of the exam to try and save her, you know, says a lot. You know, he's determined to win her over. But also it's nice to get a little bit of, you know, sort of background into some of the teams. And obviously with Rock Lee and Guy Sensei, they've been doing a lot of training between, you know, obviously the last time we saw him and now. To the point where, you know, he's learned an entirely new jutsu, a forbidden jutsu, which, you know, I sat there thinking, why does Guy Sensei teach him a forbidden jutsu? You know, for it to be exactly that, to say you can't use this unless in the most dire of circumstance, you know, you're protecting someone worthy. Which, to be fair, is not the most extreme of circumstances, because, I mean, if you wanted to, you could rationale that, you know, to most people. But, you know, obviously Rock Lee seems someone who is completely honourable, and he would only use it when it was someone he felt was genuinely precious. You know, so he was unfortunate that, you know, the numbers were against him, because that jutsu looked like it would have taken out Dosu, yeah. I see. I write names down, but then I forget how they're pronounced. I only know 2 of the names from that Hidden Sound Village group. So we got Saku and Dosu. I don't know what the third one is called. Speaking of those, are they aware that Orochimaru is in the forest? Because they seemed a little bit taken back when his name was mentioned. And they didn't seem aware that Orochimaru was going to mark Sasuke. So, obviously they had their orders, and their orders were to kill Sasuke, I think. But they seemed surprised that, you know, Orochimaru had already confronted Sasuke. You know, I'd be confused if I was them as well, because if I was given an order to kill someone by my master, but then I find that my master has already encountered him, and rather than killing him, has put this mark on him, which could potentially turn him into a follower, or even an heir, I think that sends a lot of conflicting and confused messages. Maybe that's going to be enough for them to just be put off, and allow, you know, Rock Lee and Sakura to come up with a plan to save Naruto and Sasuke. I get the feeling that they're going to wake up. You know, I get the feeling that this is going to stretch on for a little bit in the next episode, and just when it looks like they're going to obliterate both Rock Lee and Sakura, we're going to get one or the other wake up, or both, depending on the situation. You know, I can see Sasuke overcoming the mark, defeating these students, and, you know, in the eyes of Orochimaru, taking, you know, his place as his heir, even if he doesn't want to be. You know, it kind of prove that, you know, he was strong enough to be that heir. And it makes me wonder if from the very beginning, the whole point of ordering them to go and kill Sasuke was exactly this, to prove and see if Sasuke was as powerful as, you know, he'd hoped he was. Because otherwise, why wouldn't he just kill him outright? You know? So, yeah. I'm really surprised at, you know, just how bad Ino and Toji, and I don't know who the other one. I don't know who the other one was called. But yeah, that group, they are doing so badly. And, you know, I never expected them to be so, you know, to be so kind of cowardly, you know? I mean, I know that having Toji on the team is a bit of a disadvantage, because he's not exactly at peak physical fitness. He doesn't seem like the most competent of ninja. But, you know, I thought the other two would have still wanted to, you know, go on the offensive. Certainly not mope around and accept their position as the weak group so easily. I guess that's just the way it goes, though. You know, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with them, because, you know, we're getting the perspective of a few teams here. Not every team, but a few teams. You know, it makes me wonder how the likes of Kabuto is getting on. You know, you've got Kiba's group as well. There's a lot of the, I mean, even to the point where there's like Gaara. We haven't seen, after kind of giving us such a kind of intense introduction to Gaara and the students from, you know, the Sand Village. We did I say Sand Village or Sound Village? I don't know. But anyway, the Sand Village. You know, after having been given such an introduction to those three, we've not really seen too much of them in the last couple of episodes, certainly since we've come into the forest itself. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you for the next episode.